Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to your Giants News Roundup for Tuesday, April 5th here on YouTube. I'm your host, Ed Valentine of Big Blue View. Please like, share, subscribe if you like the content here on our YouTube channel. Also, please check us out at bigblueview.com. Join the community if you haven't done that already, so that you can participate in discussion with other Giants fans and get a chance to read all of the Giants related content on our website. All right, Giants fans, Monday was the beginning of the Giants off-season program in East Rutherford. The Giants get to start couple of weeks earlier than most NFL teams because they once again have a new head coach, this time Brian Daboll. So the Giants got underway on Monday. Also, in addition to the meetings and the workouts, we had a chance to speak with Coach Brian Daboll and with some of the players. Daboll told us that he had a packed house for the first day of voluntary workouts, did not address the status of cornerback James Bradberry or whether Bradberry was in the building or not. Bradberry, of course, the subject of trade speculation, and in most quarters, generally not expected to be a Giant in 2022 due to the Giants' serious salary cap concerns. Just another note on the salary cap: the Giants on Monday announced, or it was reported that the Giants had restructured the contract of cornerback Adoree Jackson, saving nearly $6 million in salary cap space and pushing some money into 2023, adding a void year, pushing almost $3 million of prorated bonus into 2024. That, of course, is something that Joe Schoen, the Giants' new GM, said would be a last resort. But prior to that move, the Giants had less than $1 million in salary cap space. So the last resort came a little bit early. You might see down the road the restructure of a contract of Leonard Williams, perhaps, in addition to moving on from James Bradberry. The Giants now have a little bit more than $6 million in reported cap space, but they need more than $12 million, or will need more than $12 million to sign their rookie class. They'll need another 10 to 15 million beyond that, simply to operate, simply to handle in-season expenses, to make any other free agent moves that they might want to make in training camp or during the season, to or to even replace injured players with street free agents and things like that. So more salary cap moves need to be made. And we, of course, will keep an eye on what happens and try to tell you, what we think, what our opinion of whatever moves the Giants make will be going forward. A couple of other notes from the Monday media availability. We spoke to Daniel Jones, and I think, as I've raised here on your Giants News Roundup, the question about Daniel Jones isn't can he practice now. The question is, has he been cleared for contact, or when will he be cleared for contact? Jones did not say on Monday that he has been cleared for contact, but he did say that he will be cleared and ready to go in plenty of time, that the neck injury that cost him the last 6 games of the 2021 season should not be an issue. So we still don't have full clarity on whether he has actually been cleared or not, but Jones was confident that he will be cleared and able to play in 2022. So there's that, Giants fans. Really, again, incremental news, I guess, but still, an update that we hadn't been able to get throughout the last couple of months. So good news when it comes to Daniel Jones' neck injury. We got a chance also on Monday to talk to veteran players Sterling Shepard and Blake Martinez. And what was interesting about both of about the speaking to both of those guys is those two veteran players took pay cuts to stay with the Giants this offseason. Both guys are rehabbing serious injuries. Martinez, a torn ACL, Shepard, a torn Achilles tendon, which ended an otherwise also injury riddled season for him. I'm not sure at this point whether either one of those guys is going to be available week 1 of the 2022 season, but it was interesting listening to both guys talk about why they accepted pay cuts to stay with the Giants. I think both guys liked the security of knowing that they would have a job, that they wouldn't have to go out and look for one. And both players also spoke about their families, about family considerations. Shepard has always been a Giant. His family lives in the New Jersey area, and the franchise is the only one that Shepard has ever played for. He's comfortable with the Giants. He knows everyone in the organization. He knows the area. So Shepard was comfortable. And Martinez also said family considerations, played into it for him as well. So just an interesting side note, because I think it's always important to remember, we look at these guys, fans look at these guys, and they see these highly paid, heroic figures in some ways, guys that they root for, guys who they fawn over at times. And you forget that these guys are people. These guys have families. These guys, yes, they make, big money in a lot of cases, but they have many of the same concerns, many of the same considerations that we all do when it comes to making decisions that impact their lives, their families, and their futures. Just something to keep in mind, something to remember when you think about these guys. Also, one final note. We had a chance to talk to Xavier Mckinney, and of course, the Giants secondary is in a bit of flux these days. McKinney, of course, heading into his 3rd year as a Giants safety, 2020 second round draft pick, played really, really well for the Giants in 2021. Giants secondary, as I said, in some flux with Logan Ryan having been cut and now joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Bradbury likely being traded here in the next few weeks. So it really comes down to the fact that this is now Xavier McKinney's secondary. He is the leader of the secondary. I asked McKinney on Monday about stepping into that leadership role, and he really said that it's not new for him. He said he has been a leader since day one. He said, it's who I am. He said, it's nothing that's been added for him. It's no additional pressure. He said that leadership is something that he has always brought to the table, and he has always considered himself a leader. I think, though, that it's pretty clear, it's pretty obvious. Wink Martindale has been complimentary toward what he has seen of McKinney on film. It's pretty obvious that this is now McKinney's secondary. It's his voice that we in the media will turn to for questions. It's his voice that will lead that room. And I'm anxious to see, I'm looking forward to seeing how Xavier McKinney performs and steps into that spotlight. I have no doubt that McKinney, provided that he stays reasonably healthy, is going to have a long and terrific NFL career. All right, Giants fans, thank you as always for listening, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.